So if you just read in therapeutics, if you just read in theory of therapeutics, and you try to make get a sense, okay, that you understood the cancer or leukemia or breast cancer in detail, it's like living in a dream. Okay, for cancer specifically, when you see a drug, you see the regimen, you see how the patient, how this is patient is getting this regimen, how, what kind of preparation they have to do. So if you see all those things with your eye, then you can remember, and it will last for a longer time. But if you just read here, and this is then you'll forget easily. Okay, and you will struggle when you, if you don't and another thing is, if you have good grasp of theory, then you may not struggle when you go and see the cancer patient. But if you don't know, hear anything, and if you see directly patient also, then there you may feel like, okay, what is happening, that you are not understanding anything over there. So get some live cases when hospital reopens. Go see and get some cases. Go to the chemo ward. Get some cases from leukemia or breast cancer or any other cancer, and just see how the treatment protocol goes, and then again come back to the pro, and then try to go through the drugs mechanism, whatever it is used in that particular case. That will make your job easier. Okay, and here at this point of time, I will tell you, don't get depressed, don't get frustrated when you don't understand the concept right in the beginning approach. It happens with everyone. When even I was in third year, it used to happen for me. But once you start knowing more about drugs, bit by bit information, once you collect and then integrate, and then you try to make sense, will help you and in much better way. So right now, what you are in the process of still collecting the bit by bit information. Integration has not happened. Okay, so this is just my suggestion, my consolation for you. Don't panic if you don't understand in the first approach, in the first go. It's okay, but you just I expect at least you should have conceptual understanding what is going around, though you don't know the minor detail of like drugs, dose, regimen. um, but you should understand the general concept, how the treatment is being done here, what is happening, yeah, in a bigger scale, in a bigger picture. Okay, so I expect at least that from you, even though you don't understand in detail, especially the breast cancer and leukemia. Here also you will see many, not only from therapeutics point of view, but also from pathophysiology point of view. If you don't have good understanding of, again, those myeloid cells, and then these lymphoid cells, all those pluripotent homeopathic stem cell, whatever you had read. So if you don't have again that basic, you will struggle in pathophysiology itself. The therapy is little ahead, the next step. Okay, so I expect you people to have that at least. Okay, so let's see, I will try to make my best to make you understand at least the general overview concept. Nirendra, can you mute yourself? So I will try my best to give you the overview of the general approach, but minor thing you can go anytime in the future. Okay, so can you see my screen, the leukemia PPT? Mahesh, can you see my screen?
Sir.
Okay, so what do you know already about leukemia? Let's see.
Sir, it is a cancer related to, I mean, that occurs due to more amount of
More amount of?
WBC cells, I mean, white blood cells.
Okay, that's nice point. Let me keep noting your opinion. You will keep adding your opinion. Okay, he told increase in WBC. Okay, fine, very good. What other people say? Mahesh, what is leukemia? What do you know? It's just the basic what you already know. Okay, this will help you to this will help me to generate the content and make you understand better.
Neutrophils.
Okay, fine, very good. Increase neutrophil. Okay, anybody else? Quickly. Arjun,
Cancer
Krishna.
of bone marrow.
Cancer of bone marrow. Okay. Bone marrow, that's fine. Absolutely right. Next. Next.
Blood cancer.
Blood cancer, very good. Okay, very good. Blood cancer. Anybody else? Anything? Anything else? Okay, so what you have told is not absolutely wrong. Okay, these are not absolutely right also, because I will tell you what is the actual concept. Okay, what you are telling is not absolutely wrong. These are right to an extent. Okay, so I will tell you what exactly is leukemia. Some people have assumption that it is simply the blood cancer. Some people told it is the cancer of bone marrow. Some people told it is a cancer of it is the increase in WBC, or it is the cancer related to white blood cells or neutrophil. Okay, so these are not absolutely wrong. These are correct. These are correct, but I will just make you to uh, go into more right direction. These are not the complete concept. These are not the complete correct concept. What you should have about leukemia. So let me start the discussion. Then we'll get back to this whiteboard again. Okay. So leukemia are a group of cancer of the blood or bone marrow. Okay, as you people, some of you told, okay, this is a blood cancer or this is a bone marrow cancer. Um, but this is not exactly limited to only bone marrow or only one particular type of cells. This in layman language, people call it as blood cancer, and I will justify why it is called so. So it's an abnormal proliferation or production by multiplication of many types of blood cells, but usually white blood cell, as you told, leukocytes. But keep in mind here, when you do this definition, keep in mind this is not only of white blood cells. This is a rapid proliferation of both lymphoid line and myeloid line. I hope you know what is that lymphoid and myeloid line. Myeloid line, Aishwarya, do you know?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me take you back again to the first year HAP, Human Anatomy Physiology in Blood chapter. Are you able to see this? See my browser?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have a pluripotent hematopoietic stem cell here, and you know this goes into lymphoid stem cell and then myeloid stem cell. Lymphoid stem cell grow into B cell and T cell, okay, and also NK cells. And then myeloid stem cells go and mature into mature and produce eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil, monocyte, thrombocytes, and erythrocytes. That's the platelet, RBC, and neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, all the things. So, did you recall now what you have read in your first year HAP with this picture? Did you recall? Did
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
in this leukemia chapter, this lymphoid stem cell and this myeloid stem cell is very, very important. You will realize when we discuss the types of leukemia. So actually, this is leukemia. Leukemia is the cancer of or the problem in this kind of cells. Okay, where because of the problem in this kind of cell, maybe these things are not getting formed. Okay, or if even it is formed, these are not mature cells, or many immature shell, but in many very immature shell, but very much in number, very high in number, or there is a problem in B cell or T cell, or sometimes even in NK cell. So you should remember, you should note at this point of time, if you are able to
Sir, your
understand.
voice is too low, sir.
My voice is
Low. It is low, sir. We are not able to hear properly.
low or breaking.
Low, sir. It's not breaking.
remove my earphone. How is this now? Is it better or still same?
Better.
Better, sir.
Okay, I removed my headphone now. So shall I continue? Has it improved? Has it improved? Has my sound increased than previous? Can you hear me in a good way?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at this point of time, you are supposed to know this lymphoid stem cell and myeloid stem cell very nicely. Okay, then only you can understand the concept and the types of leukemia that we are going to discuss in the coming slide. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. Any doubt
Yes.
now? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us go back to our presentation. So now you might be able to make sense why it is called as abnormal proliferation of blood cells. Okay, why it is called blood cancer, because almost all the blood cells are involved here, and why this is like why usually white blood cells. Okay, that also might be making sense to you now. So um, leukemia is a broad term. That's what we understood from now cell lineage. It's a broad term that covers many spectrum of disease. We'll see what are those diseases. And one thing we have to by now know that there's a neoplastic disease. There's neoplastic proliferation of white blood cells. This is not the normal proliferation. This is a cancerative type of proliferation. And as you saw in that picture, all the blood cells gets affected, right? All the blood cells get affected, not only white blood cell. That means the patient can have low RBC, okay? Patient can have low platelet, okay? Am I making sense? So you should not have assumption that leukemia is only the cancer of white blood cell, okay? It can be because of the white blood cells. Now let us go back to the picture and help you to understand why thrombocytopenia and anemia. Am I audible clearly? Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
told you now, let's say the white blood cells. White blood cells are very rapidly proliferating. Okay, very rapidly proliferating. So that means this production will increase, right? It may be immature or it may not be functional. But these number is going to increase, as you know, in cancer. This is one of the inherent properties of cancer cells. They are going to multiply at very high rate. So these things, these cells, these white blood cells are going to increase. I mean to say, whatever nutrients you have uh, in the kitchen, which is a kitchen here, so European stem cell. So you have one limited estimated a set of ingredients to make all these cells. So that means more of these ingredients will be utilized in making these cancerous cells, right? Right. So you will have less material, less ingredient to make these erythrocytes or thrombocytes, isn't it? Because more of the ingredient is going in this direction, making these cancerous uh, cells of the white blood cells. So definitely you will have less ingredient to make erythrocytes and thrombocytes, isn't it? Follow me. So
Sir, yes.
yes, follow me. You have any question?
No, sir.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, so now you have less, so you have less ingredient to make all these chromocytes and erythrocytes. Therefore, you will have you will have low hemoglobin, that is anemia, and you will have thrombocytopenia, okay, low platelet count. So I hope that is clear in the PPT now very nicely why it is why hemoglobin is low and why thrombocytes are low. Yeah? Okay, so as Mahesh was telling, if you remember what Mahesh told, the definition, increase in WBC. Okay, so increase in WBC. Mahesh, now you tell me, some patient came, one patient came with like high WBC count. What's the normal WBC count? Betsy, can you hear me?
So now I heard you, so that time I didn't hear you.
What is the normal WBC count?
4,000 to 10,000 cells.
4,000, 10,000, or 4,000, 11,000 is the normal cell. So now, if the patient presented to you with 30,000 WBC count, are you going to tell that this is a cancer, Mahesh?
No, sir, it depends on the situation.
Yes. I didn't get you, Mahesh.
Sir, we should see the other parameters also, sir.
Yes, of course, we should see other parameter. Let's say now instead of 30,000, 50,000 is there. WBC is increasing. WBC you are seeing increased. What other parameter we should see? Tell me if you you are telling other parameter also. But as you saw the definition of leukemia, it says it's a like increase in WBC count. It's a rapidly increased proliferation of WBC count. So if you have WBC of 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, can you tell that cancer? Can you tell that leukemia?
Leukemia. No, sir. Sir, the RBC count also should see, sir. Anemic or not he is.
Okay, no anemia.
Then we can tell, sir. Sir, by smears we should know, sir, the shape and size.
What point I'm trying to make here is, see, everybody gets infection, and one of the hallmark of infection is you will get a elevated WBC count. Am I right? So, do we label them as a cancer? No. So, what I mean to tell here is that there can be increase in WBC count because of reactiveness property of the body. That means the body try to react and fight that infection. That's how your WBC counts gets increased. And there is another way to increase WBC count is neoplastic proliferation. So these are the two types of proliferation. Okay. So one is reactive proliferation and another is neoplastic proliferation. So reactive proliferation is a normal kind of proliferation where your body tries to increase the WBC count to fight against the infection, and after a long period of time it settle down to the normal. Okay, but whereas at neoplastic proliferation, this is not a normal proliferation or the kind of reactive proliferation. Here the cells become neoplastic, cells become cancerous, and then multiply much more. Okay, so again you have the subdivision in reactive also and in neoplastic also. So our topic right now, our discussion is mainly about this. Okay, neoplastic. We are not going to discuss about reactive. Okay, again in reactive you have leukemia reaction. Okay, so all those things, but we are not going to talk about leukemia reaction and all. We are going to talk about neoplastic proliferation in the cancer, in the leukemia. Okay, so be clear with these concepts when you talk about increased WBC, when you talk about thrombocytopenia or anemia. Okay, so now I will go into the types of leukemia. Okay, there are four major types. Okay, there are two major types and four subtypes. Acute leukemia and chronic leukemia. As the name says, it is very easy. It's not that tough. Acute leukemia and chronic leukemia. But you should understand again the concept of these two by going into the cell lineage, what I showed you from my browser picture. So acute leukemia, I'll get back to that picture again. What is how you are going to tell this is acute leukemia or this is chronic leukemia just looking at the cell lineage. Okay, I mean where that has happened, where the problem has happened in proliferation. So acute lymphoblastic leukemia, let us look at the type of acute leukemia and chronic leukemia. So this is very easy. Okay? you should not stress yourself again. I showed you two kind of stem cells. What are the two types of stem cells that I showed you? Follow me.
Myeloid and lymphoid. So
Right. Very good. So it's very if acute leukemia has happened from lymphoid line, then we can tell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. If it has happened from myeloid line, you can call it as acute myelogenous leukemia or acute myeloid leukemia or acute non-lymphocytic leukemia. Okay, because this is not this has not involved.
Sir, your voice is still breaking, sir.
Still breaking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I switch to my cellular network again? My cellular network. That you told that I'm trying to fix it. If it improves now, you just tell me. Has it improved? I'm switched to other network now. Has it improved?
No, sir, it's the same.
Still same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Airtel also is like that only. Okay, if it prolongs for long period of time, we'll do something. If it happens only for short period of time, we have to manage. Okay? Because anyway, this recording we are uploading now, so you can go there also. But if how is now? Has it improved?
Better, sir.
Hmm? If it is very
Better,
bad,
sir.
you just tell me. Okay? If it is very bad, you tell me like this only. Okay? Is it still going same?
No, sir, it is better.
It's very easy. This lymphoids
yes, sir.
line doesn't include myeloid, so it's lymphoblastic. But this myeloid line doesn't include lymphoids, also called as non-lymphocytic leukemia. So acute leukemia, A is for acute, L is for lymphoblastic, L is for leukemia, M is for myeloid, and L is for leukemia. So you should know now onwards. I'm not going to read like acute lymphoblastic leukemia or acute myeloid leukemia. When I say ALL or AML, you should know what I'm talking about. Okay. So similarly for chronic leukemia, you have chronic lymphocytic leukemia or chronic myeloid leukemia, CLL and CML. And within this category, again, there will be many kind of leukemia or many kind of cancer, but basically you are supposed to understand this broad classification. So it's any disease that arise from myeloid. Okay, myeloid. Let us see myeloid versus lymphoid. Myeloids are any disease that arise from myeloid elements. And I showed you the myeloid in that picture. These are from myeloid, the red cells, white cells, platelets. This comes from the myeloid. So basically, when that means now onwards, when you go into the myeloid leukemia, you will see the abnormality most probably in these cells. Okay, white cells, red cells, and platelets. So any disease that arises from lymphoid cells, what are lymphoid cells? Let's see. What are lymphoid cells? Blood cells.
So B cells and T cells.
T cells. Very correct. So that means now onwards, whenever I talked about lymphoid ALL or CLL, lymphoid leukemia, so I'm talking about B cell lymphoma or T cell lymphoma. Okay. So be clear on that. So now let us see acute versus chronic. Okay, as you see, our slide contains acute lymphoblastic leukemia, myeloid leukemia. Okay, so I told you what is lymphocytic and what is myeloid. Now I'm telling you what is acute and chronic. Okay, this is very important to understand again. So what is acute leukemia? These are the let me tell you from the picture again what I was sharing you there, so that it becomes easy for me to again come back to this slide and explain. So I was showing you my browser. Somewhere here. Okay. Can you see this again? Can you see this again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you remember, I will not go to the other shell lines. I know that you have. I will go to this RBC because I know that you have read erythropoiesis in detail. Okay, so you know that to get RBC formed, there are many steps in between to get this erythrocyte form, right? And you also know the difference between those steps, like the difference in morphology, difference in their content, cell content throughout these steps. How reticulocyte is different from erythrocyte, how basophilic erythroblast is different from reticulocyte and erythrocyte. You know that, right? At least the overview. No need to understand in detail, but at least you should have a concept that these cells um, these cells um, gets transformed into the final ultimate functional blood cells. Okay? And there is morphological difference between them. There is morphological difference. Do you agree with me? When I say morphological difference, what does I mean, Aishwarya?
So their structure
Structure and
and
size.
the size.
So what's the size of RBC, Aishwarya?
The size.
Okay, if you don't know this, anybody know the size? Okay, if you don't know the size, then just tell me, this RBC is larger than the reticulocyte, or larger than basophilic this cell, or larger than this erythroblastic cell? Anyone? Ravi is there? Ravi is not there? Ravi? Which one is larger in this line?
RBC.
RBC is larger? Is RBC larger? Quick, quick. Is RBC larger?
I think reticulocyte is larger, sir.
Yes, RBC is not larger. Okay, this is the size is 7 micron, around 7 micron, if you remember. So reticulocytes, reticuloblast, these are the larger cell because they are not very much matured, very much condensed, and not functional. Okay, so still the materials are getting the genetic materials, the nucleic acid, all those things. Nucleus has not been synthesized and condensed nicely. So these cells will be larger than the actual functional final blood cells. Maybe it may be erythrocytes, it may be thrombocytes, or it may be neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Okay, so these cells are larger in size. These cells are now okay. Now I told you that that's what I mean morphology. Okay, Sharia, is that clear? When I say morphology, they differ in morphology. Their size differs as they progress to the final cells, and their functions do also do differ. We'll come back to the function, but let us clarify about morphology. So not only in size, even the genetic, even the DNA, nucleus, many other mitochondria, all those things. Of course, RBC lacks mitochondria. I'm not talking about particularly now this, but if you talk about in general all the materials, then these morphological differences do occurs in the cell lineage. Okay, so let us come back to the function. Which one is more functional? Lisa, this erythrocyte is more functional or reticulocyte is more functional? I mean, which one is, when I talk about functional, I mean differentiated, okay, well differentiated, and well capable to do the function. So I hope you know the differentiation meaning. When I say differentiation, this is getting specialized in that particular function. So that's the meaning of differentiation. So which one is more differentiated, erythrocytes or reticulocytes?
Erythrocytes.
Correct. Erythrocytes can do the function